I actually really like Schoolrunner. I've used a lot of programs. I've worked at 4 different schools. The thing I like the most about Schoolrunner is that it's pretty intuitive. It makes a lot of assumptions for you. So when I click Seminar in Innovation and Change, it populates all my kids and all my classes. I can also undo any of that if I want to, but I most of the time don't want to. It's also really cool that you can go in and see other people's data. So when we're grading, so the English 4 teacher and I work really closely. And I can just toggle through her assignments and copy an assignment and put it in for her class. So it just allows for a ton of collaboration, which is so huge, particularly you're doing something like writing. They're writing in all your classes. You can see their assessments in all their classes. Our seniors have Chromebooks now, so they can check their own progress reports and their own slips, and that's just been huge for them in terms of responsibility. You have to figure out if you have detention. You have to figure out what grade you're missing, and it's your responsibility to then go and find that teacher and ask for the 13.5 quiz that you're missing, which I think is just so huge in empowering them to be really successful outside of school. You're not giving them anything. They can just find it on Schoolrunner. Yeah, I think data is the thing that I used to struggle with. I don't think anybody comes into teaching and is like, yay, spreadsheets. But what I've come to realize over years is that if you're not measuring it, kids don't really know where they stand, and that's not really fair to them. And they don't really know how to improve. So I teach primarily writing, which sometimes feels like this really big nebulous thing, like how do you write? Lots of people have tried and failed to answer that question. But I think breaking it into a rubric, and we can track each strand, and saying to kids your claim is really solid, but let's look at your analysis. Here are a list of ways you can improve that. Right now you're at a 2. This is what it means to be at a 3. So I've spent a lot of time this year thinking through what does this actually mean? So kids know I'm a 2 on the rubric overall, I'm a 3 on the rubric overall, but what does that mean? So the narrative in my class is if you want to command the attention of the world, you need to be a 4 so that people will listen to you. And it just gives them a way to measure where am I improving? Because otherwise writing, it's really hard. There aren't any benchmarks really of how am I doing? Did I get a 100 on the test? It's not a thing. So being able to track each of the strands of a rubric means that kids get to feel successful in the way that they do in a math class that they maybe ordinarily wouldn't in an English class. I think I was always somebody who really liked school and really saw education as the thing that I could control, the one thing that I could be really good at no matter what was happening outside of school. And I saw that as an opportunity for other people, kids. I've always really liked kids, and I just saw a lot of the inequality in the American education system and just really believed that people could succeed because of their circumstances and not in spite of them. I wanted to really push that with kids.